It's your boy here. We're going to go over the Batwoman episode 13. This one was an interesting Batwoman. And the first image you see here is a young lady. That's not ends up being Nocturna. She ends up being a quote-unquote vampire. Later on, she gets exposed as being a fake vampire. Well, with that being said, let's get to the bottom of this and see what's going on here. This is the first fight scene. Right out the gate, they do a fight scene between Batwoman and Nocturna. And Batwoman gets bit. And the next thing she knows, she comes to, and she's hanging off of a deal. And Nocturna escapes, and Sophie shows up and rescues Batwoman, showing affection, and she cares about her in a kind of sort of feel, if I didn't know any better. It goes to the next image. Meanwhile, the head of Crow ends up out of prison, and one of the first things he goes to the morgue to see Beth. Not Alice, mind you, Beth. The commander and everybody's convinced that Alice is dead. Even Sophie's convinced she's dead. But there's a secret. The only two that know that Alice is alive is Alice herself and Kate. In the next image you see the commander here, just sitting here, shaking his head, all remorseful and everything, knowing he could have done more. Now, he assigns Sophie to investigate some duties as far as Kate opening up her new bar, and basically Sophie has to play Kate's babysitter. It's there that they do undercover work via Luke and Kate and find out that somebody there, a young lady fitting the description, is actually, it's Nocturna. So they do some investigating and they find Nocturna. We already had one fight scene early on. An unusual person steps into the equation here, and that's Alice. Alice actually confronts Nocturna. She gets bit, she gets hung, and she's sitting there trying to figure out how to get out of this situation. Then there's another fight scene, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Batwoman subsequently, oh, and by the way, Mary ends up finding out that Kate is Batwoman. She kind of figures it out. But they get Nocturna. The end scene involves Kate and Sophie. Well, guess what? You can't hurt a romance, I'm telling you now. There's a makeout scene with these two up on the roof. So are they going to get back together, or was that a one and done deal? Only time is going to tell what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to break down the critiques of the show here right quick. This is what I had a criticism about. All right, so Mary knowing their secret about Kate being Batwoman, how is that going to play out for the rest of the season? Not only that, Luke getting involved more as far as with equipment and things. How much of the gadgets are going to play out here as far as creating this Batwoman persona? At what point is Bruce going to step into the series here? That's another question that keeps curious about. This is going to get interesting. And then we have Sophie. Sophie finally falling back in love with Kate. I mean, is this going to affect her job as far as with Crow? How's that going to affect Kate as being Batwoman? What about Kate's father? Not only finding out that her daughter's Batwoman, but her daughter's also in love with his second in command. Lots of violence, lots of fight scenes. DC is doing their damnedest to get her some sub-villains. Alice still the main villain. For the first time, the main villain was in a predicament involving the sub-villain. How is this going to play out for the rest of the season? At what point are we going to see a Worlds Collide kind of scenario here involving all things? Folks, let me know in the comment section what you think about this episode. Interesting episode nonetheless.